Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Guys, today is Tuesday. I love every day, so I don't know what's special about Tuesday, but it's a great day and it's sunny in London, so it's great. It's double time great. Today, I wanted to start talking about foods that are great to increase our energy levels. But before we do that, we're going to talk about this new book, the main takeaways from this new book that I believe going to help you to improve a lot of areas of your life. Not just your energy levels, but a lot of other things. We're talking about this book. It's called Good Habits, Bad Habits, The Science of Making Positive Changes That Stick by Wendy Wood. And it's new book, quite new. I think it came out maybe like a month ago or so. And this book is new, emerging science of how humans actually change behavior, why we do things that we do, why even with a lot of new knowledge, health knowledge, fitness knowledge, knowledge about foods and nutrition, why with all of this, and a lot of times with a lot of government support and incentives, like eat your 5 a day, why with all this knowledge and supports and incentives, why very often we tend to do the same thing that we've always done, no matter how much more knowledge we accumulate, no matter how much more things we know that are good for us, right? We might try it once, maybe not even try it, but think it's a good idea, but we never manage to make them into habits. Like, why is this happening? And this book is all about why and how we can use this new science to actually start and continue new behaviors for life when it comes to healthy eating, our nutrition habits, or exercise habits, or better sleep habits, or better focus on productivity habits. Like, how do we change these things and make them stick for life? So today is part number 1 of takeaways. We're going to have 3 parts. The book has 3 parts, and we're going to have 3 parts too. So part number 1. First of all, guys, you want to understand that our behavior of anyone is a function of a human being, you and me, in any environment. We are not separate from environment, and we cannot design and maintain any habits or any behaviors outside of our environment. So yeah, we gotta learn how to change our thinking, but then we also gotta learn how to best change our environment so we give ourselves the best chances to change our behavior and, most importantly, make it stick. Because we can't just eat healthy or exercise or sleep well once. In order for us to get the benefits and change our health for life, we need to maintain these new habits, right? So it's all about changing how we think and what our values, motivations are, or getting clear on those. And then also what is a really, really, really important part is changing our environment in all these different ways that support the change of behavior and support the stickiness of that behavior. So guys, again, any behavior, any habit is a function of a human being, you and me, in any environment. That's number 1 thing you want to learn and remember. Number 2 is to change our behavior, motivation, or willpower. Those are not the defining factors. Now, they did a lot of research and they talk a lot about it in the book. And you would think that people who stick with healthy eating, with healthy lifestyle, with great eating, sleeping, exercise habits, that those people have a lot of motivation and a lot of willpower. They just have it, and that's why they're able to stick with it, right? Like, a lot of people think that I eat healthy 99.9% of the time because I have a lot of willpower or motivation. Whereas I've been saying it for years now that I didn't have any of that. I just designed my environment so it gives me almost no choice how to behave. Like in my house, in the place where I live, there is a lot of healthy food. There is not unhealthy food. And then also I make habits around them, like what I cook, when I cook, what I shop for, what I think about, what I read. I changed all of this and in support of the behaviors that I'd like to practice, like healthy eating or exercise or good sleep, and making other behaviors that are not that beneficial, that I know are not beneficial for me, that I don't want to do. So I make those behaviors more difficult to do. So the takeaway from this short blog is people who stick with healthy lifestyle, they don't have more motivation or willpower than you do, guys. They just learned how to make it easier for them. But motivation, willpower, those are the things that usually gets us started. So motivation, it's in our power to increase that. We can change the amount of motivation that we think we have, that we feel on a regular basis. We can increase the amount of motivation we feel by getting clear on who is that person that we want to be. And what does this person value? What kind of beliefs they have? What kind of beliefs, values, reasons to do certain behaviors the person that you want to be has? Like, get really clear about that. If you want to be a kind of person who feels amazing, who has a lot of energy, who has this amazing physical shape that feels awesome, that you absolutely love your body, like who is that person, what they value, what they do on a regular basis, get clear on that. What kind of behaviors does this person do on a regular basis, right? Also get really clear about why that is important to you. Some of my clients, they want to stay healthy to be there for their kids, to play sports with them, to attend events, to do fun stuff with their family, to also increase productivity, increase their success at work, so they can again provide more for their families or support their families and their loved ones. And for all of that, you need energy, you need health, you need to be your best self. You also want to enjoy your life. And for that, you also need to be in a great shape, feeling awesome, because if you're feeling uncomfortable in your body, you're low on energy and barely making it through the day, like a lot of experiences not going to feel that well. So those are motivations for a lot of people. And at first, to begin any healthier behavior, you gotta understand your deep whys. Like, why is that so important? Not some really surface kind of like motivations, like I want to look good because I want to look good in my suit. Even though it can sometimes motivate us, but if we dig deeper, it's not something that we truly value. It's not something that inspires us a lot. But all those other things, supporting our loved ones, having amazing life experiences, having a lot of vitality and health to do all the things that we want to do with people that we want to do those things with, like all of that, those usually drive people much deeper. So figure out what are your motivations. So this is step number 1. And then step number 2, that is important from all the studies, all the science we know now. Step number 2 is making what you want to do easy and habitual, making into a habit, a kind of behavior that you don't need to think about it. So for me, for example, every morning I go for my walks, and every morning I wake up, I brush my teeth, I drink some water, I do my meditation, I get dressed, and I go for a walk. No matter what the weather is like, no matter where I am, I do this routine. So this is how you make things easier, how you make them a non-thinking kind of behavior, how you make them into habit. You make them a part of your routine that you always do without thinking. Also eliminate friction as much as possible. So wear the same clothing, do it at the same time, do also another very powerful technique to make your behavior automatic is to have a chain of things that you do, and this thing that you want to do, this new thing, maybe walking in the morning or running in the morning. I prefer walking because then I'm under no pressure to not do it. Meaning it's so simple, like anyone can walk. And it doesn't matter whether you have specific shoes or how you feel or what the weather like. If it's raining, you can take an umbrella. If it's snowing, you can, put on a hat. You can wear any shoes. Anyone can walk, right? That's why I walk. And now, if I feel like running on some days, I can run. But I made it super easy for me to do the movement part in the morning. And then you want to figure out what chain of events, of habits works for you. Put that new behavior, like maybe walking in the morning, into your existing routine. So for example, if you wake up in the morning, well, you probably do. So wake up, maybe do whatever stuff you need to do, like brush your teeth or drink some water, and then go for a walk and then take a shower, or something like that. So make it a part of your existing routine. Make it a thing that doesn't require decision making. So wear the same clothing all the time. Prepare that clothing in advance the night before. So when you wake up in the morning, there is no decision. You just get up, brush your teeth, drink some water, and you get out of the house and you do this event. So to make it habitual, you want to eliminate as many decisions as possible. You want your environment, the timing, to trigger that behavior, to remind you, in other words, of that behavior. And that seems to be very important, very powerful to make any behavior, any habit stick, especially new ones. So what it is a new environment that will remind you of that habit. So you wake up, you brush your teeth, you drink water. If there is clothing, your fitness outfit out there with your sports shoes right there in your way, then that will remind you that, now I have to go and not have to, but hopefully want to do this walk, this run, and you put it on and you get out there and move a little. So there got to be a trigger, your environment, timing. You want to do it on the same time, wearing the same clothing, part of your routine that you already have. The more habitual stuff that you already do you add, the more reminders, the more the same kind of behaviors you have, the better you're going to get, the faster you're going to get at making this new behavior your habit. So again, organize everything to make this new behavior as habitual, as routine as possible. Eliminate as many decisions as possible. That is the key to make this new habit stick for life. For me, again, my morning walks, the reason why I do them anywhere, because I don't need a park, I don't need special equipment, I don't need special weather, I don't need to feel in any way special on any days. I can do it any time of the day if I happen to wake up at, different time, even though now, because sleep is also my routine, I wake up pretty much the same time year round. I wear the same clothing for most of my walks, depending on the weather. I change it once a season, so I don't change much of outfits. But that helps me to stay with it, to make it a no-brainer, no decisions. I just wake up, do my routine, and I'm done with it. And that's you also want to do with whatever it is, whatever behavior you want to do. If it's healthy eating, so first of all, figure out what that new healthy eating habit is. If you want to eat more fruit or vegetables for breakfast, then first of all, buy those vegetables, fruit, put them on your shopping list, figure out a way how you're going to eat them exactly. Maybe fruit first, I don't know, maybe put vegetables in your omelette, then prepare them so it's super easy and you have no decisions to make. Like figure out this whole chain of events in your, let's say, healthy breakfast, so you don't need to think, like you know exactly what you're going to do. And once you make it automatic, once you make super easy, once you make it really routine, so there are no decisions, you do the same thing over and over and over and over again. There are no decisions, no changes. You do it at the same time. You do it, in the same kind of way. So once it's a routine, it's gonna be a no-brainer. Like seriously, it's gonna seem so easy that after a while you'll wonder, like, why couldn't I do it my whole life? Like, this is so easy. And the more automatic and routine you make it, the less resistance there are gonna be and the less temptation there are gonna be. Because if there are no decisions, if there is no thinking, there is no temptation. And that's the key, guys. If you want to eliminate temptations, build the routines that require no thinking, no decision making. And that's why I don't eat any sweets, any donuts, because in no point, at no time in my day do I have to make decisions about eating or not eating donuts. I don't have any donuts in my place. I don't go in any places where they have donuts. Donuts are not part of my eating routine. They're not part of my meals. I make sure that I'm not offered donuts too much anywhere. When I go to some events, I just don't think about donuts because they are so not in my mind, and that's why there is no temptation. I know what I eat for breakfast, for lunch, and dinner, and that's it. No questions, no temptations, no resistance, no willpower required, because I organize all of my routines without having to encounter any donuts. So that's the point. You want to eliminate decisions. You want to eliminate thinking. You want to have routines that you maintain, and those routines will save you from any temptations. So the key takeaways from part 1 of good habits, bad habits, and how to make good behaviors stick. The key takeaway: number 1, to start any behavior, any change of behavior, a new habit, you got to understand why you want to do it. Like deep down, what's the main reason you want to start this, right? You got to understand this because it's still you, the kind of person you are still matters when it comes to changing your behavior, right? So you got to understand your reasons. And then number 2, you got to make it as routine, as habitual as possible. You gotta eliminate thinking. You gotta eliminate any possible frictions. You gotta eliminate decisions. So make it as same as routine as possible. So you don't have to think about it. You don't need any special equipment, any special any special place, anything special. So just very easy and routine for you to do. Eliminate all the decision making, eliminate all the thinking, take it out. And then it's going to be so much easier for you to do it regularly. And that's it for today, guys. Think about your new behaviors that you are trying to do, and think about how you can also connect it or tie it to some space, to some place, to timing, to the same timing. Like if you decide to work out, let's say in the morning, what time exactly, where? Make it as easy for you as possible to do. Don't try to plan it like going to the other side of the town or even driving. Think about, if it's a new behavior, think about what you can do in your house, but tie it to the same clothing, same room, same time, and see how easy it's going to be for you to do it consistently. Make it a behavior, a routine that requires no thinking, no decision making. There is no friction, and you do it as the same as possible. These are the main takeaways from part 1. Tomorrow we're going to discuss part 2, then probably part 3, and then we're going to talk about foods for more energy, required foods that you have high energy levels consistently. So stay tuned, guys. That's all I can tell you for now. Stay tuned, stay curious, work on building new behavior. Share this episode with anyone who you'd like to start working on new, better behaviors that build the kind of person you want to be, you are aspired to do. So share, learn together, practice together. Together we do everything better. And as usual, guys, Till next time, eat better daily.